Good morning, my name is Daniel and I am a Year 7 student at Minsthorpe Community College. Recently in my science lessons we have been exploring the dangers of smoking. This topic sparked my interest and I intend to explore it in this report. Cigarettes kill over 400,000 people every year. Although tobacco is a legal drug, it is the most harmful and the most dangerous of all. Smoking is extremely addictive and over 9 million people smoke in Britain today. I see many young people on my journey to school smoking and I am concerned about the peer pressure that might affect the others and lead them to start smoking. Earlier today I asked two of our students what their thoughts are on the matter. Hello Joe, do you ever feel peer pressured into smoking at school?
No Daniel. What I find is, depending on which group of friends you end up hanging out with, will depend on how much certain people are peer pressured into smoking. And it just happens for me that I don't hang out with people who already smoke.
Thank you very much, Joe. Hello, Keegan. Do you ever feel peer pressured into smoking at school?
No, because at home my mum and dad doesn't smoke, and if I can carry on as I am and get in life as I am without smoking.
Thank you, Keegan. Thank you, Joe and Keegan, for your positive responses. To continue, on the other hand, some people believe that they should be free to make their own decisions and not have every leisure taken away from them. Research from the internet shows that smokers believe that smoking can cause cancer. However, 30% of these smokers also think that junk food and fizzy drink cause just as many fatal problems. Many believe that if smoking was to be made illegal, then so should junk food. Now we have an interview with an assistant principal, Miss Adams. Hello, Mrs. Adams. How does smoking affect the local community?
Unfortunately, it affects all communities. I believe smoking is a national problem, something that needs addressing for the health and safety of our population.
How can we prevent smoking?
Through education, through information, and through working together collectively to ensure that people make the right choice about smoking.
Why do you think that people smoke?
I think there's a combination of factors. We do know that tobacco is addictive. We know that peer pressure plays a great part in encouraging young people to smoke. And we are a nation where it was considered acceptable to smoke. It is becoming antisocial, so there is a change in attitude towards smoking, one that we welcome very much in education.
Do you think that smoking should be legal?
That's a difficult question. I think that smokers themselves would argue that it is their right to smoke, that they have the freedom to smoke. I do think that once it becomes a problem for society, for example, passive smoking is a problem, the problem of smoking in cars and passengers, it's something to be considered. So yes, making smoking a more difficult pastime, a more difficult antisocial activity is something that really should be promoted.
Why do you think people like smoking?
As we've said, it is addictive, it is linked to society's pastimes, it's linked to people's activities, social activities. Some people would argue that smoking actually is a stress relief, is something that they're addicted to, but we know that smoking is very, very detrimental to the health of the smokers themselves, to people around them, and I really think that continuing to educate people about the damaging effects that smoke has on their health is the way forward of trying to dissuade people from smoking.
Thank you, Mrs. Adams.
Thank you.
Another issue I found with the smoking is that it doesn't just affect the smoker, but also it affects others around you, such as children. The NHS website states that passive smoking can damage your body because second-hand smoke contains more than 4,000 chemicals, many of which are irritants and toxins, and some of which are known to cause cancer. Passive smoking from all forms of tobacco is harmful. Despite this information, parents continue to smoke all around their children. From a political point of view, many people are employed through the production and sales of cigarettes. If they were made illegal, then over 8 million people worldwide would be made redundant. Not only would this have a massive impact on the finances of the government, but also many families would suffer as a result. This leads many people to believe that the banning of cigarettes is a mere fantasy. In conclusion, the research I've undertaken and the interviews I have conducted led me to believe that the production and sale of cigarettes will continue in the future, despite the plethora of warnings and health risks out there. Therefore, it is up to each individual to make the right choice about their future and their health. This is Daniel reporting from Minsthorpe Community College for BBC School News Report.